as your office, Honorable Harriet, I'd like you to prepare a list of shame. And what we do is we make a list of all state corporations. How many women law firms have they given work and are on their panel? I want not just put them on the panel, because they put them on the panel just for notes. How many briefs have they given women law firms? I want us to look at all the state corporations, make another list of shame. How many women chairpersons? How many women are chairpersons of state corporations? We want to make that list so that we know. How many directors, women directors, do they have? I want us to go to the private sector and do the same thing. And just see the directors, the top management, who are they? How many women, how many men? I want to know the percentages. That's the only way we will begin to put pressure to bear. And we can also mobilize women that some of those corporations, we don't have to do business with them. We can tell women, stop buying anything from them. And that's important. It's not enough, because no one's going to listen if there are no consequences. There must be consequences. And I want us to also look at the schools. How many head teachers are women? Then we can look at it. Let's look at the army. How many women are in the army and in top leadership? Look at NYS. Yes, I know you'll give us those statistics, Ambassador Juma. But I'm just saying, let's not just talk about it. I want to see numbers. And now we have MyGov, isn't it? It's a free newspaper. They'll give us free pages. Let us post it there. Let's put it there so it's a document for posterity. And we can hold them to account day by day. I would like to say that we need to also create more spaces where women can thrive and build their confidence. And I'm proud to say that recently, myself and Naomi Wako and many other women, we've started our own Wezesha Mama Inua Jamii, where we are going from county to county. And the issue was, we said, if we go to other political rallies, you won't get a chance to speak. And you won't get any airtime. You'll be told, stand up and wave. Isn't it? So we said we are going to create our own rallies, our own meetings, where we can talk until the gods come home. Isn't it? And we can get airtime, isn't it? And nobody is telling us to stop or telling you, it's talk for 2 minutes. So everywhere we need to create those spaces.
We are going to be deploying a woman SWAT team into Haiti. So I have been thinking about how to curate this, because it is not usual to have this kind of thing, and I'll probably be talking to some of the women I have had here to see what we can do in order to do this. Why are we doing this? Because we know that there is a degree of sensibility to security when it is delivered by the woman, where the violence against women has almost been normalized. It has almost been normalized. And so we must think, what should the character of security look like? And I think the proposal by Lled, in terms of where do you station the protection officers for women in terms of reporting, that becomes a very important implementation point going forward. But we are also having another trend that is worrisome and that we must pay attention to. The growing militarization, the growing military spending, the undermining of gender equality, the technological advancement. I mean, the cyber space has become one of the most horrendous space for the abuse of women, you know. And because we are running behind it in terms of policy and regulation, it is something we must pay attention. And because industry and the private sector is ahead in terms of this area, it is important that we pay attention to an area that is supposed to be enabling, but that has equal measure of abuse and violence against women and the girls and children, so to speak.
One life lost is one too many. We have seen our daughters and how they are murdered. It is criminal. You know, you cannot blame a child for being where they were, not knowing that that space is not safe. The question is then, what are we doing? The reports from DCI says in the last 3 months, we've lost about 97 women. That means a woman has been killed every day. A young girl has been murdered every single day. And while we think it's far off, it's as closer to us to our own households. So can we be the police within our spaces? If you see something is going wrong, pick up your phone and call the relevant authority. The government eye is not everywhere. Even as we are saying, this issue of GBV and murders that are going on is actually a big problem in government, something that we need to work on, noting that matters criminal, matters health, femicide is actually a national security issue. We've heard it from the Ambassador, Monica Juma. We've also heard the President pronounce himself on this issue. What next? What else do we need?
We are looking at a national safety campaign where we'll be working with communities and sensitizing them. Also looking at a national SGBV fund and also establishment of centers of excellence for women and girls. What's our theory of change? Our theory of change is to provide timely advisories on women's rights to the President for informed policy decisions. Second is to undertake advocacy campaigns to promote women and girls' rights across the country, and also provide or establish strategic partnerships and convenings with the various stakeholders.